Welcome back to another video with RxFit. I am Danny, and of course, because who else would I be? I do all these videos. But today we're gonna talk about hydration. You can use this cheat sheet if you need. Hydration, the most important thing I want you to get right before we start is, I'm not just saying water, I mean hydration. How to hydrate your body, okay? We're gonna be talking about how much water, timing, like times a day you're gonna consume your water, minerals, and electrolytes. So let's get into it. Easily, the thing that is most overlooked. People are like, yeah, I need to drink more water. I hear that all the time. Yeah, I need to drink more water. If you need to drink more water, drink more fucking water, But that's easier said than done, right? And actually, I know this to be true. I'm just teasing about that. Working with clients for many years, it's a thing that most people always neglect and overlook. It's just boring. You got to do it every single day for your entire life. You're going to do a lot of it, right? Well, for our clients at RxFit, we always give the advice of 0.6 times your body weight in ounces, right? You're 200 pounds, 0.6 of that, you have 120 ounces, right? It's a lot. It's almost a gallon. A gallon of water is 127 ounces. So 120 ounces, it seems like a lot of water. Keep in mind that it is a lot of water, but for our clients, they're working out a lot, right? They work out with us 3 times a week, one-on-one with our trainers. All right, what if you're nuts? 0.45, 0.5 of your body weight in ounces is the next recommended there. It's still a lot of water, but if you're doing it the right way, I'll get into like why let's put it this way. I don't want you to spend all your time in the bathroom, okay? It's obvious, drink more water, you urinate more. Well, there is a way around that, and we'll get that when we get over here to this side. But for right now, that's what you need to know. Either 0.5 or 0.6 times your body weight in ounces. So for me, it's like 132 ounces roughly of water. It's a lot of water. So let's get into timing. How do I break that up? How do I personally break up 132 ounces in a day? So it's 36 ounces, my Yeti water bottle. I wake up, I try to knock out one of those within the first 2 hours of waking up, hour and a half, and then one of those at the end of closer to the end of the day before I go to sleep, right? So that takes care of 64 ounces right away, right? Beginning and closer to the end. And then throughout the day, I can consume water at a steady rate. You are obviously going to be dehydrated when you first wake up in the morning. I say obviously because the water is almost every single chemical process that happens in the body is reliant on water. Either the chemical process produces water, or you need it as a substrate to put into the process. So drink the water as soon as you wake up and before you go to sleep. Now, not right before you go to sleep, back to timing. Not right. I don't want you to be like, oh, Danny said at the end of the day, I'm gonna drink 36 ounces right before I go to bed, because now that video that I talk about, sleep, you're gonna fuck that up. So it's important that you want to, the advice I generally give is 1.5 to 2 hours before you go to sleep, so that way that doesn't happen. So like drink your 36 ounces or 40 ounces before bed, an hour and a half to 2 hours before you go to sleep, and you generally won't have to wake up in the middle of the night. That is point 1 on timing, right? So I keep mentioning there are ways to manage having to urinate more often. There's a few problems that can be solved by this next half over here. Minerals and electrolytes. They sometimes are used interchangeably. That's not technically accurate. Electrolytes are, electrically charged minerals. So all electrolytes are minerals, but not all minerals are electrolytes. So both of these are very important. I want to dive into electrolytes first. Electrolytes, because it is something that's, I think everyone has seen, heard, believes they need, but have no idea what it is, right? One of the most important things that you need to know is that electro part. They're electrically charged minerals. The muscles need electrical charge for contraction. Right? It's a very important part of how the minerals operate. If you notice that your skin tastes salty, like after you sweat, those are literal like electrolytes and minerals that seep out with the water. So you need to replenish that, otherwise I'll have trouble contracting my muscles, which is when you feel fatigued and you're like, oh my God, I'm like doing this. But it's not because you're you are fatigued, you're exhausted, you've consumed a lot of energy, but you're having trouble, like you feel like you're walking through mud, right? It's the contraction, right? That's electrolytes we were referring to earlier. And energy metabolism, but ignore that. So electrolytes. So if you just focus on minerals, this is what I do. There's a branch of water that you can get in 5-gallon form, water bottles. It'll say TDS on the side of it. Total dissolved solvents. It's referring to the quantity, amount of minerals that it has in that water. So, health. All those minerals help with all the chemical processes in the body. What is it? 2/3 of Americans are magnesium deficient. Magnesium is a mineral, right? Potassium is obviously a big problem in our society as well. The potassium is a mineral, right? It's chloride, it's like everything has, all toothpaste and everything has chloride, extra chloride put in it because we're deficient in that as well. Chloride is a mineral. It's like, you don't have to think about all these things like, oh, am I buying the right product for this, to get the right nutrients, do all this stuff. Dude, just drink high mineral-based water and you're gonna feel way better. It's gonna give you a ton of different things that you didn't have before, as long as it's quality, and it's gonna solve a lot of problems. It's gonna help your metabolism, you're gonna lose weight faster, you're gonna feel better, and we even talk about one of the best parts about hydration. It makes your skin look amazing. Anyways, hydration, don't forget about it. Remember the math, 0.5 to 0.6 of your body weight in ounces. Make sure you have a high TDS count, which stands for total dissolved solvents. Get it in your body. Think about electrolytes if you have to do something very, very physical, right? Keep the contractile force of the muscles, and make sure that you kind of split it up in a way that's kind of successful for your life, right? Thank you. I've been Danny, and stay fucking hydrated.